GG! Good day everyone. So today we will be discussing yung ating last topic for this semester. So ito na yun. Ang haling topic natin will be about analyzing and solving three reservoir problems. So for this topic, simple lang naman yung setup natin. Okay? So tinawag tong three reservoir problems pero not necessarily three reservoir lang siya. So minsan, although ito ay rare na and medyo complicated na, yun yung four reservoir problems. So the analysis is still the same. Same lang yung concept. So naging apat lang yung reservoir. Or it could be 5. So mas mahirap na yun and mas matagal. So I will give you the core concept or idea na need natin para i-solve yung mga problems related dito. So sa three reservoir problems, the setup is simple. Meron kang tatlong reservoir, di ba? So, three reservoir problems. You have three reservoir. So, those three reservoir, mainly, naglalay sila on different elevations. Okay? Different or magkakaiba yung kanilang elevation. So, itong reservoir na to, so they are connected. They has to be connected. So, by some pipe. Okay? And, yung pipe na yon, so typically sobrang haba nun. So, mahaba. And we know if, or the longer the pipe, the higher o mas malaki yung head loss na na-experience niya due to friction. So, alam natin yan because sa formula, the friction is directly proportional dun sa ating head loss. So, in this particular setup, meron pa rin tayong governing laws na the same on what we have already known and studied. The energy, okay? Yung energy natin, at any point, equal yan sa energy doon sa kabilang point. So, kumbaga constant or equal. It might be different or mag-iiba lang yan kapag nagkaroon na ng head loss. But we know na yung head loss na yun is simply sinasubtract natin, di ba? So, instead of ganyan, kapag walang head loss, what we do, yung energy sa grade 1, pinabawasan natin ng head loss bago tayo makarating sa grade 2, okay? Or sa energy sa pangalawang point natin. And also, the same pa rin, the discharge is constant all throughout our pipe. So, dito sa ating setup, so apart from those governing laws, meron tayong isang bagay na kailangang or pinaka-importanteng malaman. And yun, yung energy sa ating junction. So alam natin na yung energy all throughout the system natin has to be constant or has to be equal. And we also know that ang isang location or isang point na mas mataas yung energy, nandoon nanggagaling or doon nagpo-flow yung tubig. Tama? So kung mas mataas yung energy ng ating unang reservoir, the tendency, yung fluid niya is magpo-flow papunta dun sa dalawa pang reservoir. So, bakit importante yun? Kasi nakita mo na nagbabranch dito yung ating pipes. So, from this point or mula dito sa ating unang pipe, possible sa junction, mahati ang ating fluid pupunta doon and dito sa baba. Or, the other thing is possible din. Pwede naman ganito. Ito yung ating unang flow. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung una nating reservoir, magsusupply ng fluid. Yung isa, magsusupply din. Yan, susupply din siya. And itong dalawang reservoir na to, saan pupunta yung fluid niyan? Diba? Doon sa pangatlo. Okay? And yung isa naman, yung sinabi ko earlier, okay, visualize na lang natin. So, instead of the second reservoir also supplying ng liquid, ang nangyayari, okay, both reservoir na ito and yung panghuli, they are both receiving fluids. Okay? And paano natin malalaman yon? Yun yung sinasabi natin, the energy grade line ng ating junction. So, let's say ang ating reservoir is known as reservoir A, B, and C. And meron tayong junction sa gitna. So, the energy grade line, ano ba pag sinabing energy grade line? So, tandaan mo yung energy or head natin, kinocompose lang yan ng tatlong bagay. Diba? Yan ay kinocompose ng pressure head, ng velocity, and ng elevation head. Okay? Elevation. So, yung energy grade line ng ating junction or sa point kung saan nagko-connect yung tatlong reservoir. Okay? Sa point na to, sa gitna. This will tell us kung ano yung magiging daloy ng ating liquid. For example, ang elevation ng ating junction, not in terms of potential lang. Ang pag sinabi nating elevation, yung energy. Ibig sabihin, kasama si pressure, kasama si velocity. So, kung alam natin ang pressure sa junction and also the velocity, we can know kung nasaan yung energy grade line ng ating junction. Okay? So, for example, na-solve natin, nalaman natin na yung energy grade line ni junction nandito, sa point na to. So, we can say that the flow of water, diba, is pa ganito. From A, pupunta siya kay B, and kay C. Okay? So, paano natin nakita yon? So, sa reservoir, i-connect mo yan doon sa ating junction. And then from junction, connect natin papunta doon sa B. So, this junction, yan talaga yung magsasabi kung paano yung flow natin. So, paano naman kung nasa ilalim? Diba? Kung nasa baba siya. And, kung ang ating junction is nandito sa ilalim, nandyan sa point na to. Okay? So, alam na natin, diba? Ibig sabihin, yung energy grade line natin is below kay B and below kay A, yung energy grade line ng junction. Ibig sabihin, the fluid will flow from A to junction and from B to junction, and then bago sila pupunta kay C. Okay? So, kung nakalimutan mo, alalahanin mo ulit, paano natin malalaman yung flow ng fluid? Dahil sa energy. So, kung nasaan mas mataas yung energy, okay, hindi kasama yung headless yung energy in terms of pressure, velocity, and yung ating elevation. So, kaya sila nagiging equal dahil sa head loss. So, based on their energy, doon natin malalaman kung paano yung flow ng fluid. So, si junction yung magsasabi nun. Kung si junction, yung energy niya, okay, ay mas mataas kay B. Ulitin natin mas mataas kay B. Ibig sabihin, from the junction, ang flow natin papunta kay B. And dahil si junction, let's call this elevation or energy elevation as J, mas mababa naman sa energy ni reservoir, diba? Pag ganun naman yung flow. So, simply, yung energy ni junction or energy grade line, energy head ng ating junction will tell us kung paano yung magiging flow ng ating liquid. And ito pa ang isang bagay na dapat mong matandaan. The elevation of our reservoir, yun na mismo yung ating energy head sa reservoir A. Yung elevation na reservoir B, siya na din yung ating energy head sa reservoir B. Bakit? O alalahanin mo. Ano ba yung energy? 'Di ba? Pressure, velocity, and elevation. And alam natin na sa reservoir, the velocity head and the pressure head is 0. Meaning, kapag alam mo na yung elevation ng ating reservoir, okay, we can easily tell kung nasaan na yung mas mataas na energy. So, ang hahanapin na lang natin is yung energy nung nasa gitna. Okay? So, ang pinaka-importanting malaman mo dito is kung ano ba yung elevation ng ating energy head ng ating junction sa gitna. Okay? So, another thing is the head losses. Okay? Ito yung isang bagay na apart from the knowing yung importance ng junction, itong head losses will tell us kung exactly nasaan ba yung location ng ating junction. Okay? So, di ba gusto natin malaman ng elevation ni junction? Ang tanong, paano? So, doon na papasok yung mga head loss. So, bigyan natin ng sample concept kung paano yun nangyayari. So, para malaman ng elevation ni junction, tayo ay energy equation sa reservoir A and doon sa ating junction. Okay? Let's call this junction as J. Ayan. So, yung energy natin sa reservoir A, equal siya sa energy doon sa ating junction. So, knowing na zero na yung pressure head and velocity head sa A, anong may iwan? Diba? Yung elevation. And as you know, merong pipe from A to junction which is quite long. Okay? Spanning kilometers yan minsan. So, para maging equal yung energy sa reservoir and sa junction, kailangan nating bawasan ng head loss. So, let's call this head loss from A to J or yung head loss nitong pipe na to, yung nasa gitna nila. Okay? Equal yan sa energy sa pipe J sa junction which will be consist of the elevation ng junction, elevation head ni junction, velocity head ni junction, and then yung pressure head sa junction. Pressure head. Now, from this equation, okay, so most of the time, hindi na natin or hindi binibigay dyan yung elevation ni junction or yung pressure head ni junction. And most of the time, hindi na rin yan necessary pang alamin. Okay, depende sa problem, itong mga value na to, hindi na necessary. Bakit? Ano bang kailangan natin? Yung value lang ng energy head sa junction. Wala tayong pakailam kung ano yung pressure dyan, ano yung velocity dyan, ano yung elevation head dyan. Kasi ang gusto mo lang malaman is kung ano yung energy sa junction. So, meaning, di ba, kita mo na nangyari? Elevation ng ating first reservoir minus yung head loss, equal na yan sa energy ng ating junction. Okay? Equal na. So, meaning, let's say nandito yung energy head ng ating junction. Yan. This is the energy head. Let's call this J prime ng ating junction. Yung difference in height, in elevation, or in energy from reservoir A and dun sa mismong junction, yun na yung head loss ng ating unang pipe. So, kadalasan ang tawag dyan, head loss 1 or head loss dun sa pipe 1. Okay? So, yung process na to, ulitin mo lang sa lahat. So, meaning, ang difference in elevation or energy ng ating reservoir doon sa junction, ito naman yung head loss sa 2. Okay? Note mo na agad lagi, yung elevation ng reservoir, yun na yung energy niya. Kasi 0 yung pressure, 0 ang velocity. So, kung may elevation ang reservoir, yun na mismo yung energy head. And ganun din yung mangyayari sa panghuli, yung difference in energy or elevation ng ating junction kay C, siya na din yung head loss ng panghuling pipe. Okay? Kita. Now, one thing to note dito sa ating junction is that there are times na given na yung ating elevation ng junction. In what way? Given yung elevation and also given yung pressure. Okay? Given si elevation ni junction, given si pressure. So, with that, kaya mo nang kunin yung energy sa junction. Pero tatanungin mo, sir, may velocity pa. Okay? So, may encounter nyo yan na binigay na yung pressure and binigay na yung energy head. Tapos, yun na yung naging energy. So, ano ang nangyari kay velocity? So, this one, ito ang ginagawa natin dyan, although hindi talaga siya zero, the velocity is neglected also doon sa ating junction na part. The reason for that is to simplify yung ating pagka-analysis. Because if we also consider yung velocity doon sa junction, you will find yourself solving a very complex problem. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito in actual, hindi po yan zero. Ang velocity sa junction. Okay? Kasi dyan magtatama lahat ng pipe, hindi zero yan. But, kapag kasi kinonsider natin yan, magiging overly complex yung pagsasolve nito. Okay? And, in real life naman, neglecting the velocity of this, or velocity at the junction, or yung velocity at the junction, is hindi siya critical. Bakit? Kasi compared doon sa head loss caused by the pipe natin, napakaliit or napaka-minimal niya relative. So, since approximate analysis yung ginagawa, this velocity is not considered. So, if ever ma-encounter nyo na bakit biglang sinira yung velocity dun sa junction, bakit hindi siya kinonsider sa pagkuha ng energy, the purpose is to simplify the analysis. So, with that, magsasolve na tayo ng problem. Okay, so dito natin makikita paano ba siya nag-work, paano siya sinasolve. Okay? Ayan. We have this first problem. So, we have these three reservoirs, A, B, and C. So, they are connected respectively with pipes 1, 2, and 3 at a common junction na given yung elevation. So, reservoir A is at elevation 933 meters and yung ating reservoir B is nasa elevation of 844 meters. The properties of each pipe are given. So, yung L sub 1, meaning ito yung para sa pipe 1, the length, and D sub 1 is the diameter of the first pipe. And F sub 1 is para naman sa friction factor ng ating unang pipe. Knowing or alam natin na kapag ang binigay na coefficient is F or friction factor, the formula for head loss na gagamitin mo has to be the Darcy-Weisbach formula. Okay? So, continuing, we also have the length, diameter, and friction factor for another two reservoir, yung pipe 2 and pipe 3. Also, given din yung pressure sa junction P, which is 4,950 kPa. Yan, given ang pressure sa junction P. So, ang tanong, ano daw ang flow or ang discharge doon sa pipe 3? And ano yung elevation ng reservoir C? Okay? So, for this one, nasa sayo kung gusto mong i-illustrate, pero syempre, dahil tayo ay nagbibigay ng example, we will be illustrating the problem first. Okay? So, hindi importante yung accuracy ng ating drawing. I mean, kahit hindi siya to scale. Ang importante, maipakita mo kung nasaan yung energy ng bawat reservoir. And maipakita mo kung mas mataas mo siya or mas mababa siya sa energy head ng ating junction. Okay? So, let's write yung unang reservoir, si reservoir A. Let's see, nandito. Ayan. So, sabi dyan, si reservoir A, ang elevation ay 933. So, given, di ba? So, 933. Ayan. Also, si B naman is nasa elevation 844. So, somehow, mas mababa siya ng konti. Let's see, nandito. Ayan. Ay, tagilid naman. Ayan. Okay. So, the elevation is 844. And, ano pa ba? And the junction P, ang elevation is 366. Okay? Nasa baba yung elevation. Magkaiba po yung elevation sa energy head. So, alam naman natin na yung energy consists yun ng elevation head and pressure head. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-assume agad na ang flow ay from A and B papuntang junction dahil mababa ang elevation ni junction. Dahil nakalagay din dito, may pressure yung junction natin. Okay, so ilagay muna natin. Nasa baba ang elevation ni junction. Nandito. Yan. So this is at 366 na elevation. Ayan. So maglagay tayo ng pipe from reservoir A papuntang junction and then from reservoir B papuntang junction. Yan. Lagay natin ng name. Reservoir A, reservoir B. And meron pang panghuli which is yung ating pipe number 3 connected to the third or the last reservoir, your reservoir C. So, lagay natin dyan. Yan. Okay? Hindi natin alam ang elevation ng reservoir C kasi yun ang pinapahanap. And yung discharge sa panghuling pipe natin. So, yung pipe mula sa junction papuntang reservoir C. Ayan. Okay? So, ito na yung initial setup ng ating 3 reservoir. Pero ilagay din muna natin na yung pressure sa junction P, okay, let's call this junction P, is 4,950. So, may pressure. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ang energy at junction P is equal to the pressure head plus the elevation head plus the velocity head. Pero nabanggit ko na kanina, di ba? Ito yung purpose nun. This velocity, sinisiro na natin yan to simplify the analysis. So, hindi naman po yan critical because ang pinagko-compare natin nitong velocity head is yung head loss due to the pipes natin, yung mga major head losses natin. And most of the time, this velocity head or velocity head is maliit lang with respect doon sa major head losses natin. So, okay lang na i-zero siya. Okay, pero in actual, hindi talaga zero. We just have no choice but to do this. Okay, kasi carry naman sa analysis na hindi siya super magiging malaking error. Complicated po kasi kapag kinonsider pa siya. So, meaning, itong dalawa na lang. Ayan. So, the elevation or the energy head sa point P is the pressure 4,950 over the unit weight, which is 9.81, plus the elevation 366. So, from here, makikita na natin kung nasaan yung energy ng ating junction. So, this is at 870.5872. From here, you will see this value is lower than the elevation or energy ng ating reservoir A. And then, mas malaki naman sa energy ni reservoir B. So, with that, we are sure, okay, na yung location ng energy grid line ng ating junction must be around this point. Nandito. Okay? This is located at elevation 870.5872. So, after nyan, after mong malaman, nandito yung ating junction, di ba? So, i-check mo na. Alam na natin na yung flow ng liquid is from reservoir A, pupunta siya ng junction. The reason? Yung energy. Mas mataas ang energy ni A kumpara sa energy ng ating junction. So, ganun talaga yung flow. And ito one thing to note, this elevation of the junction has to be lower than the elevation of our highest reservoir. And this junction or the energy head of this junction has to be higher naman doon sa lowest energy or elevation no ating huling or pinakamababang reservoir. So, dapat nandito lang siya sa gitna. Bawal siyang lumampas sa elevation ni A. Bawal naman siyang bumaba sa elevation ni C. Kasi obvious naman ang reason, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng mas mataas siya kay A kasi sino na magsusupply ng tubig? Diba? Langit. Di ba? Hindi naman ganun. So, hindi na pwedeng sa ilalim. Kasi saan naman nila itatapon yung tubig? So nandito lang. Now, with this, the flow of the liquid or the water is from A, papuntang junction, and from the junction. So, this junction obviously, mas mataas na siya kay B, and the same should be true para kay C. Okay? So, the elevation ng ating junction or the flow of the water from the junction should be like this. Yan. So, kung susumahin, if this is the first pipe or pipe 1, ito naman yung second pipe or pipe 2, and ang huli is the pipe 3. We can say na yung discharge doon sa ating unang pipe has to be equal sa discharge doon sa pipe 2 plus sa pipe 3. Tama? Diba? So, mahahati kasi yun. Okay? So, parang ito na yung unang equation mo. So, ito na yung continuity application in or continuity equation in application. So, ina-apply natin siya dito sa 3 reservoir problems. Now, with this, need pa natin ng additional equation. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman natin masasolve yung discharge sa pipe 3 nang ito lang yung alam natin. So, we need another data. Okay? Dito na papasok yung mga head losses. Okay? Bakit? So, alam natin that from reservoir A to reservoir B, ito yung magiging energy equation mo, di ba? Energy sa A minus head loss sa pipe 1 minus head loss sa pipe 2 is equal to the elevation or energy head ng ating reservoir B. Okay? You should remember ito yung ginagawa natin sa mga previous topics. So, these two pipes, actually, in series yan. Diba? Nasa series. So, mag-a-add lang yung elevation head losses natin. Now, from A hanggang pipe or sa ating junction, yung difference in elevation sa dalawang point na yan, ito na yung head loss sa pipe 1. Okay? And from the junction hanggang dun sa reservoir, ito naman yung head loss sa pipe 2. Okay? I hope nakikita niyo yung nangyayari. Diba? So, from A hanggang dun sa pipe, diba? Or sa junction, yun yung ating unang head loss. But based on this diagram, of course, kita mo naman dun kung saan natapos yung pipe, diba? And from the junction, papuntang reservoir B, nandun naman yung ating head loss 2. So, meaning, okay, the difference in elevation from junction A, elevation Z, from junction A, reservoir A to the junction, ito na yung head loss 1. Tama? Yung elevation ni A minus elevation ng energy grid line ng ating junction, yun na yung head loss 1. And para naman sa head loss 2, diba? Yun naman yung energy grade line ng ating junction minus elevation ng ating reservoir. So, sana nakikita mo. Okay? So, kung i-reference mo sa 0 to, makapansin mo na kapag pinag-minus natin sa 870 and yung 844, siya na yung head loss 2. So, yun na yung ating another equation. The difference in the energy, let's say energy na lang, wag elevation, energy from junction to reservoir B, ito naman yung head loss 2. Palitan natin ito. J. Yan, J. And E. Yan. So, from these equations, actually, makikita mo na or masasolve mo na kung ano yung mga head losses natin. Okay? So, solve na natin kasi kaya na. So, energy or yung difference in energy from A to J is 933 minus 870.5872. This is equal to 933.870.5872. So this one is 62.4128. 62.4128. Okay? So, yan na yung ating head loss 1. Punta naman tayo sa head loss 2 kasi kaya din kunin, di ba? So, para naman sa head loss 2, that is 870.5872. 5872 minus 844. So, 870.5872 minus 844. Ito naman ay 26.5872. So, with these head losses known to us, alam na natin yung head loss 1 and head loss 2, or yung head loss sa pipe 1 and sa head loss doon sa pipe 2. Actually, meron kang masasolve pa na another data dyan. And yung tinutukoy natin doon is si Q. Diba? Kasi balikan natin, recall natin yung formula for the head loss. Head loss is equal to 0.0826 FLQ squared over D raised to 5 kapag Darcy weighs back. So, for pipe 1, okay, given yung kanyang length, diameter, and yung friction factor. So, we can actually solve for Q sub 1 or yung discharge sa ating unang pipe. So, Q sub 1 is equal to, okay, HL times D raised to 5 over 0.0826 FL, okay, is square root. So, anong ginawa natin? Ito rin yun. Diba? So, makikita mo yan. Lipat mo si D doon. Tapos, divide mo yung 0.0826 FL. So, at this point, isi-substitute na lang natin yung mga known variable or data sa atin. The head loss for the pipe 1 is known, which is 62.4128. 4128. Diameter of the first pipe is 600, or in meters, it is 0.6 raised to 5. And then 0.0826, the friction factor is 0.02. And the length is 1,000. Lalagay natin, 1,000. So, here, makukuha muna si Q sub 1, square root of 62.4128, 0.6 raised to 5, 5 over 0.0826 times 0.02 times 1,000. So, this is equal. Okay, wait lang ha. 1,000 nga ba? 1,500. 1,500. And so 1,399 or 1.3995 cubic meters per second. Okay? So we can solve for Q1 and also we can solve for Q sub 2. Ayan. Q sub 2, which is square root of, same pattern ha. Ito pa rin yung formula, palitan mo lang, 26.5872. The diameter naman for the second pipe or pipe 2 is given for 50 or 0.45 raised to 5 over 0.0826 F is 0.025. 0.25. Ang length ay 900. So this is equal to square root of 26.5872, 0.45 raised to 5 over 0.0826 times 0.025 times 900. So, ito ay equal sa baka mali tayo ng pagtingin. 450, 0.025, 26.5 872. 0.0826. 870. And 0.45 raised to 5, 0.08826 times 0.025. So, ayan, hindi nga, mali pala yung 900. Is 1,000. Ayan, sabi ko na eh. Ayan, naduduling, nakakaduling. 1,000. Ayan. Okay, L sub 3 yung 900. So, this is 1,000. So, meaning, mali ito. Baguhin natin. So, this one should be equal to 0.48. 4874. Ayan. Cubic meters per second. And from this to discharge, kaya mo nang kunin yung panghuli. Tama? Diba? Kasi alam natin na yung discharge sa pipe 1 is equal to the discharge sa pipe 2 and pipe 3 combined. So, yung tinatanong, okay, sa panghuli is the elevation of reservoir C and yung discharge noong ating pipe 3. So, sa discharge muna tayo kasi kayang-kaya na. So, discharge sa pipe 3 is discharge sa pipe 1 minus discharge sa pipe 2. Q1 minus Q2. May nakuha ka ng value, ha? Okay? So, this should be equal to 0.912 cubic meters per second. And yan na yung final answer. Okay? Next. Ano naman ang elevation ng reservoir C? So, para makuha ang elevation ng reservoir C, alam natin na yung difference in elevation or energy from the surface of the reservoir hanggang doon sa ating energy grid line. Diba? Same concept. Ito yung head loss sa pipe 3. Diba? So, from the analogy natin, from the pipe or from the junction papunta sa reservoir B, yung difference in height, siya yung head loss. So, ganun din para kay C. The elevation of the energy head ng ating junction minus yung head loss 3, siya naman yung elevation ng ating reservoir C. So, with this, kuha mo na. The elevation ng ating reservoir C is 870.5872. Okay? 5872 minus naman sa head loss 3. So, ano ba yung head loss 3? Okay? So, using the formula, 0.0826 F. May F na tayo, diba? F. What is the F? For the last pipe, 0.018 or 0.018. So, 0.018. How about the length? 900. Q, 0.912 squared over the diameter, which is also given 500. 0.5 raised to 5. Raised to 5. So, the elevation ng ating C has to be equal. So, 870.5, 872 minus 0.0826, 0.018 times 900, 912 squared over 0.5 raised to 5. Okay, so this is 834.97 meters. Okay, yan yung sagot. That's your final answer. So, the quick recap sa pagsisolve nito. After mo ma-visualize yung illustrate yung ating reservoir, try mo munang tingnan kung kaya mo na bang hanapin yung energy or yung elevation ng ating junction. Okay? So, kapag hindi siya kaya, di maghahanap tayo ng ibang paraan para masolve. So, syempre, depende yan sa pinapahanap. Common na pinapahanap sa 3 reservoir problem is yung discharge ng any pipe. Kadalasan yung tatlo lahat, or pwede din yung elevation. Okay? Or pwedeng both elevation and yung discharge. So, yun talaga ang pinakaunang diskarte, alamin mo kung nasaan yung elevation ng ating junction. Pero pag hindi siya kayang hanapin, doon na papasok yung another way wherein ang gagawin mo naman is to assume. Okay? I-assume mo na yung ating energy grade line ng ating junction is mas mataas dun sa ating pangalawang reservoir, and then doon mo i-route lahat ng iyong solution. Okay? So, may mabubuo kang mga equations dyan. Diba? So, dito sa case natin, anong nabuo mo? Yung ating discharge sa pipe 1 is equal to the discharge sa pipe 2 plus pipe 3. Pero kung iba naman yung assumption or mali ka ng assumption, kasi anong nangyari, inassume mo na nandoon yung elevation. Pero hindi kasi possible or hindi naman laging 100% tama tayo ng assume unless alam mo na yung sagot. So, kung hindi natin alam ang sagot, may tendency na magkakamali tayo ng assume. So, ano ang mangyayari kapag mali ka ng assume? Hindi mo masasolve. Okay? Ganun na lang kasimple. Hindi siya masasolve. And that is related dun sa ating shift solve. So, which will be matatakal yata sa kasunod na problem. Okay? So, but for this one, kapag alam mo na yung elevation ni junction, gawan mo na ng equation yung ating discharge, gawan mo ng equation yung ating head loss, and tulad ng ginagawa natin sa pipes in series and parallel, hahanapan mo ng relationship yun. Okay, so primarily, anong ginawa natin? Yung mga elevation. Diba? So, tatandaan mo na yung difference in energy between the reservoir and the junction is simply the head loss ng pipe na dinaanan mo mula sa reservoir papuntang junction. Okay? Ganon. And with that, dire-diretso yun. So, sometimes, ang kailangan mong gawin is yung ating discharge naka in terms of head loss. Okay? So, ganun ang gagawin natin. Dahil unknown si head loss, unknown si discharge, yung ating discharge, kinukuha natin in terms of head loss. So, possible lang ganun bagay. So, diretso yan hanggang makuha mo na yung mga discharge, and then lastly, makukuha mo na yung elevation. Okay? So, next problem. Okay, let's solve naman itong pangalawang problem. So, we have here a 1,200 diameter pipe, or concrete pipe, 108 or 1,800 meters long, and yung discharge sa pipe na to ay 1.35 cubic meter per second mula sa reservoir A. Okay? Ang elevation ng reservoir A is 50 meters, and mula dun sa pipe na yon, magdi-discharge siya papunta sa pangalawa. So, mahahati, di ba? And both of those pipe is 1,350 meters and both are 750 meters long. Yung isa sa mga pipe ay nagdi-discharge papunta sa reservoir B, wherein the elevation is 44. Ang pinapahanap is the elevation naman ni reservoir C. Okay, kung nasaan yung isa pang pipe ay nagpa-flow, also assume natin that the friction factor is 0.02 for all pipes. So this one is similar for the pipe for the item number 1. So mas mapafamiliarize tayo kung paano siya nagwo-work na, paano natin sinasolve yung ganitong problem. So meron tayong reservoir A. So drawing tayo ng reservoir. Okay? So the elevation of this reservoir is 50 meters. From this reservoir, meron tayong pipe. Sabi dyan, yung pipe is 100 or 1,800 meters. So ilagay na natin para hindi na maduling ulit. No? And then, 1,200 mm in diameter. Okay? So, after a while, itong ating unang pipe, or si pipe 1, let's say this is your pipe 1, siya ay nag-branch out. Okay, sabi naman dito, di ba, nag-branch out siya into 2 pipes. Okay? So, mag-branch out siya, syempre, doon sa junction. And then, nag-branch out into 2. Yan. So, yung isa niyang pinuntahan is yung ating reservoir B. So, this is reservoir A. Ito naman si reservoir B. The elevation of this reservoir is at 44 meters. The length of the pipe from the junction to the reservoir B is 1,350 meters and the diameter is 750 mm. Ganun din sa isa. So, same naman. Same ng tawag dito. Same sila ng characteristics, okay? Or given. So, 1,350 meters din yung length ng isa pang pipe. So, from this, gusto nating mahanap ano yung elevation ng ating panghuling reservoir or si reservoir C, knowing that the friction factor is the same for all pipes. So, the first step, after illustrating, so tulad ng ginawa natin kanina, identify natin yung elevation ni junction. Okay? So, earlier, given ang elevation ni junction, given din yung pressure, so naalaman agad natin kung ano yung energy ng ating junction. Let's call this junction J na lang. Okay? Pero sa case na to, walang given. Diba? So, apart from the details of our reservoir, ang extrang binigay lang sa atin is yung discharge sa unang reservoir or doon sa ating unang pipe, which is 1.35 cubic meters per second. Okay? Sa pipe 2 and sa pipe 3, walang given. So, how should we proceed from this point? Well, dahil hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung energy head ng ating junction, mag-a-assume tayo. Okay? So, mag-a-assume tayo. So, assume natin na yung energy head natin is mas mataas sa reservoir B. Okay? So, let's say nandito siya. Nandito. Yan. Yan. So, nandito yung ating J prime or kumbaga nandyan yung energy head ng ating junction. So, kung ganun pala, we can say, or yung assumption natin dito, yung ating pipe 1 or yung discharge ng ating pipe 1, siya yung magsusupply ng liquid papuntang pipe 2 and pipe 3. Kasi, siya lang yung mas mataas kaysa dun sa junction. So, aangat, di ba? Dito yung ating junction. So, yung ating energy from the reservoir, pupunta siya doon. Okay, sa ating junction. And then, from the junction, bababa naman siya papuntang reservoir B. And then, papuntang reservoir C. Okay? So, with this assumption, sinasabi natin na yung discharge sa pipe 1 is equal to the discharge sa pipe 2 plus the discharge on our pipe 3. So, with this in place, okay, dito na papasok yung next step. So, pansinin mo or tandaan mo na okay lang naman na magkamali ka ng assumption. So, later on, ma-realize natin or we will be able to realize kung tama yung ginawa natin. And if ever naman na mali, konting adjustment lang yan. Okay? So, extra step yon kapag nagkamali ka ng assumption. But, at least, malalaman natin or matututunan natin yung importance ng tamang pag-assume. Okay? So, ayan. Alam natin or assume natin the discharge at the first pipe is equal to the discharge sa pipe 2 and pipe 3. Okay, given na rin tayo ng discharge doon sa unang pipe. Now, next mong i-identify is the head losses. Okay, alam natin na yung difference in elevation between the reservoir, okay, papuntang junction, reservoir to junction, this is the head loss ng ating pipe 1. Okay, baguhin ko lang itong, yung guhit. Yan. So, with this, we can also say na yung difference in elevation between the junction and the reservoir B, ito naman yung head loss sa 2. And consequently, para naman sa panghuli, okay, this difference in height from junction to the reservoir C, ito naman yung head loss sa pipe C. And if you can notice, so sana napansin mo na din, yung head loss sa pipe 1, kayang-kaya na natin kunin. Paano? So, ano ba yung formula ng head loss? So, since ito ay Darcy wasteback, it should be 0.0826 FLQ over D raised to 5. Okay? Q sub 1 and D sub 1. May Q tayo sa pipe 1. And definitely may diameter, may length, meron ding F. So, by solving for this head loss, malalaman agad natin whether tama yung assume natin na si J prime ay nasa taas nga ni B or nasa baba ni B. Okay, so kunin natin yung head loss. Let's solve for this head loss. 1. So, 0.0826. F is 0.02. Length is 1,800. And then the Q is 1.35 squared. So, may squared doon. Over the diameter na 1.2 raised to 5. So, we can solve for the head loss. So, 0.0826 times 0.02 times 1,800 times 1.35 squared over 1.2 raised to 5. So, we were able to solve the head loss at pipe 1 as 2.1799. Okay? This is the head loss at the first pipe. And from here, alam mo na, okay? Alam mo na agad yung elevation ng ating junction. So, the elevation of the energy of our junction, yung elevation ni J prime, so, let's say energy ni J prime, that is the elevation of reservoir A, which is 50, minus the head loss, which is 2.1799. Okay? So, 50 minus 2.1799. So, this is 47.8221. Okay? Meaning, mas mataas si J prime kaysa kay B. At definitely, mas mataas yan kaysa kay C. So, kung ganun pala, the flow, or tama yung assumption natin na yung discharge is from pipe 1, siya ang magsusupply ng tubig papuntang pipe 2 or reservoir B and papuntang pipe 3 kung nasaan si reservoir C. Okay? So, next step, after mong malaman to or ma-identify yung location ni J, you will notice or mapapansin mo, kaya mo na din kunin yung head loss sa pipe 2. Diba? Because we know that this head loss at pipe 2, this is the elevation of the junction or energy ng ating junction, energy na lang, ng ating junction minus the energy sa reservoir B. Okay? So, yung energy ng junction, ito na yung nakuha natin, 47. Okay? And yung energy sa reservoir, diba? Yun na yung elevation niya mismo. So, with this, alam na natin na yung head loss sa pipe 2 is 47.8221 minus 44. Yan. Okay, di ba 44 ang elevation ni B. So, this is equal sa 3.8221. Ito naman ang head loss doon sa ating second pipe. And if you can solve for the head loss na ating second pipe, definitely kaya mo na din kunin si discharge. Kasi kompleto naman tayo ng data. So, solve na natin yung discharge naman ng ating pangalawang pipe. So, the discharge of our second pipe or sa pipe 2 is, diba? Okay, pasimplihin muna natin. In terms of head loss. So, head loss 2 is equal to 0.0826 FL Q squared over D raised to 5. Or, actually, pwede mong i-shift solve, pero mas okay kasi ito na i-simplify mo na lang wherein i-isolate mo si Q. The reason is para hindi na matagal pa yung paghahanap ng calculator mo. Kasi isi-shift solve mo pa. Mas mabilis or at least napapractice natin yung algebra natin at the same time. Kung i-isolate mo si Q by, diba? Q sub 2 is equal to D raised to 5 times HL sub 2 over 0.0826 FL. Pero dahil naka-square si Q, diba? In-square root natin. Ayan. Ayan. So, by doing this, isolated na si Q and makukuha mo na siya by substituting the data. So, Q sub 2 is equal to the square root of the diameter, which is 750. Diba? So, 0.75 raised to 5. Head loss is 3.8221 over 0.0826 times 0.02 times the length of 1,350. So, from here, okay, so, masasolve na natin. So, 0.75 raised to 5 times 3.8221, 0.0826, 0.02, 1,350. So, we can solve for Q sub 2 as 0.6377 cubic meters per second. So, at this point, may Q na tayo, may headless na tayo. Okay, may Q sub 2 and Q sub 1 na tayo. Ayan ang pinapahanap. Water surface elevation of sea. And paano ba natin kukunin to? Tingnan mo yung diagram. Diba? So, mayroon na tayong elevation ng ating junction or energy head ng ating junction. So, kapag yan ay binawasan natin ng head loss sa ating pipe C or pipe 3, head loss 3, makukuha na natin yung surface elevation ng ating reservoir C. Tama? So, from the junction, bawasan natin ang head loss sa pipe 3, makukuha na natin ang water surface elevation ng ating junction. So, kunin na natin elevation or energy ng ating reservoir C. That is the elevation of the junction. Ano nga yun? 47.8221 minus head loss ng pipe 3. So, yun pa rin ang formula. Papalitan lang natin si Q, si L, si F, and si D. Tandaan, meron na tayong discharge sa pipe 1 and pipe 2. Pero for now, wala pang pipe 3. So, don't worry kasi kaya na natin isolve yun. Diba? So, ilagay muna natin yung equation. 0.0826 FL Q sub 3 and squared over diameter ng third pipe. Yan. So, may diameter and length na tayo as well as F. Wala pa tayong Q sub 3 pero kaya na kunin. Because we know that the discharge at pipe 1 minus pipe 2, yun yung discharge sa pipe 3. Okay? Base yan sa nabuo nating equation knowing the elevation of the junction. So, Q sub 3 is equal to Q sub 1, which is, ano ba ang discharge ng ating pipe 1? 1.35, yan given. 1.35 minus discharge ng pipe 2, which is 0.6377. So, this should be equal to, ayan, 1.35 minus L5. 0.7123. Ito yung discharge sa pipe 3 and pwede mo na yung i-direct sub doon sa equation sa taas. Ayan. Okay, substitute natin dito. Ayan. So, elevation ng ating reservoir C. So, that should be 47.8221 minus 0.0826. F is 0.02. Length is 1,350. Diba? Kasi parehas sila ng pipe 2. Same sila. Q is 0.7123 over or squared over diameter na 0.70 0.70 Balikan natin, nakalimutan ko eh. 75. Yan, 0.75 raised to 5. So here, kaya mo nang isolve si elevation C. Okay? So elevation ng ating reservoir C is 47.8221 minus 0.0826, 0.02. 1350. 0.7123 squared over 0.75 raised to 5. And so the elevation, okay, at reservoir C is 43.05 meters. Yan na yung final answer. Ayan. So, ulitin natin, ang diskarte talaga dyan, di ba? Para halos similar na ginawa. After mo ma-illustrate, i-try mong i-identify kung nasaan yung energy ng ating junction. So, sa case natin, hindi agad-agad nakuha. Pero, dahil given yung discharge ng ating pipe 1 and yung details ng mismong pipe, nakuha na natin si head loss sa pipe 1. And alam natin na yung difference ng energy between the reservoir and sa junction, kung yan ay i-apply natin ng Bernoulli, yun na yung head loss mismo. So, nakuha na natin yung difference in energy, which is the head loss. Ganun naman lagi ha sa three reservoir problem. So, inelaborate ko lang, pero kung pasisimplihin natin, yung pinagkaiba or yung difference in elevation or energy sa junction and sa reservoir is simply the head loss. Okay? Yun lang yun. So, with that, okay, ito na yung magiging sagot. So, the rest, halos pa ulit-ulit yan. Similar na ginagawa natin nung una. Kailangan mong kunin yung discharge, kunin mo yung head loss, or kunin mo si head loss in terms of discharge, and then eventually, kapag nakompleto na yung data mo, okay, basta wag mong kakalimutan yung mga relationships na nabuo mo before ka mag-start. Yung discharge natin, saan nagsisimula yung flow, from Q1 to Q2 ba, Q3, the same with head losses. So, interrelated lahat yan, and lahat ng ginawa natin up to this point, nagdadagdag lang tayo ng information. As you can see, continuity equation pa rin yung gamit natin. The head loss pa rin yung gamit natin. And yung concept na to, yung head loss, is the difference in energies between reservoir and junction. Bernoulli's theorem pa din yan. Okay, so wag mong isipin na ito ay completely different aspect or topic kasi magkakarugtong yan. And the concept is actually the same. Nagkaroon lang ng application. Okay? So, with this, let's proceed sa last item or last number for this topic. Okay? Now, okay, for this last problem. So, given sa atin yung figure, and sa figure na to, nandito na din yung mga lengths ng pipe, yung diameter, and the friction factors. Also, given yung reservoir, the surface elevation of the three reservoir. So what this problems wants us to solve is the flow in each of the three pipes. So sa ngayon, wala tayo ni isang discharge. So like what I have said earlier, ang first step mo dito, so since naka-drawing na or naka-illustrate na, so we don't have to illustrate it further, ang next mong need alamin is nasaan ang energy head or yung elevation ng ating junction. So if it is not given, ang kasunod mong gagawin is to assume yung location or yung kanyang elevation. So for this, meron tayong dalawang possible scenario. Diba? So alam naman natin, yung ating junction or energy head is above the reservoir B. Okay, nasa taas na reservoir B. Ang pangalawa namang scenario is nasa baba siya ni reservoir B. So for this one, you can assume kahit saan dyan. It's just that kapag mali tayo ng assumption, medyo iiba or hahaba yung ating diskarte. Pero sa ganito kasi wala talaga tayong choice. We have to really assume nung kahit isa and umasa na tama yun para hindi na tayo mag-extra step. So for now, let's assume na siya ay nasa taas or yung ating junction, let's call that P prime. Okay? P yung elevation ng junction, P prime, ito naman yung elevation ng ating energy head. Okay? Nandito yung energy head, P prime. So if ito yung ating assumption, diba? Ano ibig sabihin? Yung P prime, nasa baba siya ni reservoir A. So ibig sabihin ang flow ay from A papuntang junction. And because the junction is mas mataas or yung energy, okay? Tandaan, si energy ang magsasabi kung nasaan galing yung flow. So, dahil ang energy ni junction is mas mataas kaysa kay reservoir B, okay? Ibig sabihin, ang flow mula sa junction papunta sa reservoir B. And dahil mas mataas din siya doon sa reservoir C. Okay? The flow is from reservoir or from junction to reservoir C. So from this, we can say or we can conclude that the discharge at the first pipe, okay, saan yun? Ito, okay, is equal to the discharge at the pipe 2 plus the discharge at the pipe 3. And pipe 2, pipe 3. Apart from that, okay, iligay na din natin because we know na yung head loss sa pipe 1, dito sa pipe na to, siya yung difference in energy or elevation from the junction papuntang reservoir A. So, ito yung ating headless 1. And from the junction papuntang reservoir B, ito naman sa headless 2. And then from the junction to reservoir C, ito naman si headless 3. Now, from this illustration or diagram, sana napansin mo that given yung reservoir height or elevation ni A and B. And from this, we can see that yung head loss 1 plus yung head loss 2, yan ay equal sa elevation ng ating reservoir A minus reservoir B. Okay, so isulat natin para makita mo ha. So 80 o yung elevation ni A minus 50 equal yan sa head loss 1 plus head loss 2. Okay, sana napansin mo. Okay, kung ayaw mo nang tingnan tong figure, pwede ka mag-energy equation. Tama? So, yun na nga lang. Energy sa A minus head loss 1 minus head loss 2 is equal to energy sa reservoir B. Note mo na itong pipe 1 and pipe 2 which connects reservoir A and reservoir B, sila ay in series, diba? So, mag-a-add yung head loss. So, with this, diba? Energy sa A minus head losses natin is equal to energy sa B. And note mo na wala pong pressure head and velocity head ang reservoir. So, meaning itong ina to, ito na rin yung elevation head. Kaya, babalik ka rin doon. Okay? So, dinediretso na natin. Pero, in essence, this is still energy theorem in action. Okay? So, with this, tuloy natin. So, ito yung relationship ni headless 1 and headless 2. Siyempre, meron din naman para kay headless 1 and headless 3. Diba? So, sana nakita mo na, yan ay 80 minus 10, yan naman ni equal sa headless 1 plus headless 3. Okay? So, at this point, after mo mailagay yung equations na to, so basically, you have these 3 equations. Yan. Ito yung magiging foundation ng ating solution. So, what you have to do next, so syempre, ang dami niya, no? Ang daming unknown. Okay? Like what we always do, either yung Q or yung head loss, atin siyang i-equate in terms of another variable. Ang tinutukoy ko dito, yung HL. Di ba kinukuha natin yan in terms of Q? Okay? So, let's do that. So, HL or yung head loss 1, this is 0.0826. For sure, familiar ka na sa formula. Diretso ko na. Sige, lagay ko na muna. FLQ squared over D. Yan. So, HL. So, para naman sa HL1, sige, HL1. Para sa pipe 1, this is 0.0826. Ang F natin is 0.02. Ang length naman ay 1,800. Ang Q sub 1, unknown. Okay, yun ang pinapahanap. And the diameter is 400 or 0.4 raised to 5. So like what we have always done, okay, itong numbers, okay, kukunin natin yan in terms of one value lang or one number para hindi mahaba pag itinatype sa calcu. Kumbaga, isi-simplify natin. So this should be equal to 0.0826 times 0.02 times 1,800 over 0.4 raised to 5. So 290.3906 Q sub 1 squared. So kung kayo ay hindi or parang ayaw nyo mag-store, okay lang. As long as naka 4 decimal kayo. Okay? Kasi naman sa final answer, usually 2 decimals lang. Pero depende yan. Kung ang final answer na gusto ng inyong instructor ay 4 decimal places, wag mong gagawing solution ay 4 decimal places din. So, gamitin natin ng logic. So, kaya lang naman mag-iiba yan kapag same yung decimal places mo dun sa pinapahanap na final answer. So, kung ang accuracy ng solution mo ay up to 4 or 5 decimal places, tapos yung pinapahanap lang naman ay 1 decimal places, diba? So, malabo kang magkamali kahit hindi ka nag-shift store. Okay? So, next naman is headless 2. Repeat mo lang yan para sa tatlo. So, kung sakaling 4 yung reserva, so, aaralin nyo yun na 4 na reserva. Baka lumabas sa finals. Baka lang. Hindi pa gawa ang finals nyo. So, this is 0.0826 times 0.025. Ito yun 52. Okay? 0.025. Ang length ay 2,000. Q sub 2 squared over the diameter na 500 or 0.5 raised to 5. So this should be equal to 0.0826, 0.025 times 2,000 over 0.5 raised to 5. 132.16. Q sub 2 squared. Okay? And lastly, HL, or pangatlong head loss natin, 0.0826, 0.03. And 0.03. Ang length ay 4,000. Q sub 3 squared over the diameter na 800 or 0.8 raised to 5. So with this, 0.0826, 0.03, 4,000 or 0.8 raised to 5. So this one is 30.2490. 0 Q sub 3 squared. Okay? So at this point, kompleto na yung head losses natin in terms of Q. Okay? So dito, mayroon kang dalawang possible step na gawin. I-solve mo yung mga head losses. Ibig sabihin, okay? Ibig sabihin, anong equation ang gagamitin mo? Itong dalawang to. Ano? Yan. Isa-solve mo si Q gamit yung equation na to. Kasi yung head loss o yung HL1, papalitan mo ng equation na to. Yung HL2, equation na to. And so on. Pero, magkakaroon ka ng problema kasi kapag ito ang ginawa mo. Pwede siya, pero may problema dyan. Ano yun? Okay? Naka-square yung Q natin. So, mahihirapan kang kunan yun ng relationship because you have 3 variables here. Q1, Q2, and Q3. Therefore, alam natin sa algebra na kapag meron tayong tatlong unknown, kailangan mo ng tatlong equation. And actually, may tatlong equations tayo. Diba? Yan o. Ito yung isa. Pangalawa. Yun ang pangatlo. So, tandaan mo itong HL, pag binago na natin yan, naka in terms of Q na yan. So, ibig sabihin, ang unknown mo na lang ay Q1, Q2, and Q3. So, okay na sana. Kaso, kita mo, okay? Nasa degree 1 lang yung ating Q dito sa unang equation. Q sub 1, Q sub 2. However, dito sa pangalawa, naka-square. So, somehow, kaya yan, pero syempre, meron kang extra step. And ako na nagsasabi, syempre, hindi okay yung ganun. Kasi, syempre, may oras tayo sa exam natin. So, ang mas madali, okay, gusto ko lang maipakita or malaman mo, ma-realize mo na pwede, pero syempre, practicality tayo. Hindi yan. So, ang gagawin natin, ang isosolve natin ay yung head loss. So, itong unang equation ang gagamitin natin. Whereas yung Q sub 1, Q sub 2, and Q sub 3, lahat yan ay i-express natin in terms of head loss. Okay? So, paano? So, instead of HL yung naka-isolate here, ang i-isolate natin ay yung Q, yung mga Q. Okay? For example, yung Q sub 1. So, Q sub 1 squared should be equal to yung head loss divided by 290.3906. So, sana nakikita nyo yung mangyayari, ha? So, head loss 1 over 290.3906. And then, square natin. Diba? Para makancel yung square root ng Q or yung square dun sa Q. Square root natin. So, magiging Q1 is equal to. Okay. Same concept ng ginawa natin kanina. Yung numbers or yung mga constants natin, i-isolate natin. Tapos yung ating variable, hayaan natin. Tulad ng nangyari dito. Okay, so iiwan natin si Q. Tapos yung complicated na mga numbers, atin siyang i-express into one number only. So, ano mangyayari? Magiging square root of 1 over 290.3906 times square root of HL1. So, sana hindi nyo nakalimutan yung property na to ng radicals o ng mga square root. So, okay to, ha? So, what we did is in-isolate natin or pinaghiwalay lang natin yung mga constant and yung mga head losses natin. So, simplifying, so this should be equal to square root of 1 over 290.3906. This is 0.05868 square root of HL1. And itong data na to, yung 0.5, i-store mo yan sa A. Okay? Kasi gagamitin mo pa yan later on. So, naka-store na sa A, ha? Sana, na-store nyo na. So, do the same or repeat the process for the second discharge and the third discharge. So, idediretso na natin. So, sana napansin nyo na yung pattern. So, it should be 1 over 132.16 square root. 0.16 square root of HL2. So, this is square root of 1 over 132.16. 16. 0.08699 square root of HL sub 2. And yung 86, term yan sa B. Ayan. Okay, last. Q sub 3. So, 1 over square root of 30. Square root of 1 over 30.2490. 2490 square root of head loss 3. So, this one is square root of 1 over 30.2490. 0.181. 0.1818. 0.1818. Right, 0.1818. Square root of HL sub 3. So, at this point, meron tayong, okay, tatlong unknowns pa din, syempre. Headless 1, headless 2, and headless 3. So, this 3, ang gagamitin natin, wait lang pala, store mo pala yung 0.1818 sa C. So, this 3, ito yung ating gagamitin para ma-express yung mga Q. Okay? Now, using the first equation we have extracted, yung Q sub 1 is equal to Q sub 2 plus Q sub 3, atin na yang papaltan ng mga head losses. So, we will have, okay, Q sub 1 is equal to Q sub 2 plus Q sub 3. Yung q sub 1 is equal to, tandaan mo ha, yung ating 0.05 naka-store na kay A. Okay? So, it should be A square root of head loss 1 is equal to B square root of head loss 2 plus C square root of head loss 3. Okay? Now, mayroon tayong isang equation but alam mo naman, hindi ito masasolve kasi tatlo yung unknowns. Pero, okay? Dito na papasok yung assumption natin. Diba? So, may relationship yung headless 1, headless 2, headless 1, and headless 3. So, dito, ikaw na yung pipili. Saan mo i-express yung variables natin? Headless 1 ba? Headless 2, or headless 3? So, pipili ka kung saan pinakamadali at yung tinutukoy ko dito ay si headless 1. Bakit? Kasi yung headless 2 and headless 3, based on these equations, diba? Pareho na natin sila nagawa ng relationship with headless 1. So, actually, kapag ikaw ay tumingin pa dyan, may possibility na may makita ka bang ibang relationship. And that's okay. Okay? That's okay. Kasi, tulad nito, yung B, okay, at yung C, may relationship ka makikita dyan in terms of head losses. So, kung titingnan mong maigi, itong equation na to, hindi lang to yung pwede mong makita. Pero syempre, hindi naman kasi natin kailangan na yun kasi okay na to. Yan. So, depende yan kung ano yung una mong makita. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi ko dinadiscourage or hindi natin dinadiscourage yung pag-explore. Okay? So, you can explore. Sabihin, wag kang matatakot na explore and wag mong ilimit yung sarili mo na, okay, ito lang dapat. Ito lang. So, no. You try. Try to find those kung meron pang iba. So, substitute natin or copy natin to para makita mo yung relationship ng mga head losses natin. Given, ha? Ito ha. Tandaan mo, itong tatlong to, nakuha natin under the assumption na yung ating junction energy is above reservoir B. So, kapag ito ay nasa baba pala, lahat tong tatlong to mapapaltan. Huwag ka maglala. Itong tatlong lang to lang. Itong mga nakuha natin kanina, hindi magagalaw yan, di ba? Hindi naman sila, hindi sila sabit doon. Okay? Itong tatlong to lang ang magagalaw. So, with this, okay, copy natin. Yan. Dito ko ilagay. Yan. So, meaning, simplify natin 30, ito muna. 30, kasi 80 minus 50, 30, is headless 1 plus headless 2, or, di ba? Yung headless 2, this is equal to, ilan? 30 minus headless 1. Tama? So, sana nakita mo yun ha. And ito namang isa, 80 minus 10, 70 is equal to headless 1 plus headless 3, or yung headless 3, this is 70, ilipat mo yung headless 1, 70 minus headless 1. So, ilalagay mo na yan dito. Nakita mo yung nangyari. Diba? Isa na lang yung unknown. Si headless 1 na lang. Yun ang diskarte mo dito. Okay? So, okay, B minus the square root of headless 2, which is 30 minus headless 1, plus C square root of 70 minus headless 1. Now, dito na. Dito mo na malalaman kapag nasa point ka na nito, bago mo pa malalaman kung tama yung assumption mo. Bakit? Kasi kung mali yan, kapag ikaw ay nag-shift solve, wala kang masasolve. Ang sasabihin ng calcu mo, can't solve. Okay? So, you try. Try natin. Yan. B squared of alpha x. 30 minus. Okay? So, sa headless 1 ang sinasolve natin, Minus alpha x plus c squared of 70 minus alpha x. Shift solve. Okay? So, after nito, kapag mag-shift solve ka, importante yung initial condition dito, guys. So, initial condition natin, dapat, diba? Kapag nag-shift solve ka, tama, may lumalabas na, may lumalabas dyan na x question mark. So, syempre, ang pipiliin mong x dyan, or yung head loss, syempre dapat, hindi mas malaki sa 30. Or hindi mas malaki sa 70. Or simply put, dito sa 30. Kasi di kapag mas malaki dyan, halimbawa 31, anong lalabas dito? Negative. Di ba ay hindi naman tinatanggap ng calculator yung square root ng negative. So, ang ilalagay mo dyan, dapat less than 30. So, ang ideal dyan, mga 15 or kalahati. Kung 10 yun, ay di 5. Para ang pagsusukat ng calculator natin is spread out, balance. So, tutulungan mo yung calculator mo, ha. Ayan. So, x, lagay natin 15. Ayan. Dapat mas mababa sa 30. So, magpa-processing yan. Okay? And ako na magsasabi ang lalabas dito. Can't solve. Okay? Na. So, kapag ganyan yung nangyari, ibig sabihin, mali tayo ng assumption. So, mali. Mali ang assumption mo. Or mali ang assumption natin. So, kung ganun, huwag ka mag-alala. Okay? Kapag nandito ka na sa point na to, mabilis na lang yan. Okay? So, babalik tayo doon sa ginawa natin kanina. And yung P, ililipat natin ngayon. Ayan. So, ililipat. Ay, nalipat na dito na siya. O, nasa baba na siya. Diba? So, kung nasa baba na pala siya, ayan. Delete ko na to. Ayan. Lipat natin. Dito na siya. Ayan. Okay. Ayan. Lipat natin ang mga drawing. So, from this to this. Ay. Sige lang. Ayan. 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 Okay. So, kapag ganyan na yung analysis or yung ating junction, okay? So, mababago na yung mga equations natin ng head losses. Wala, hindi ko na mabura yung mga hotdog. Kaya mo na. So, ano yung unang mababago dyan? Okay? Unang-una is yung Q. Okay? So, babaguhin mo na si Q. Bakit? Diba? Kasi yung junction natin, mas mababa na kay B. Wait lang, ilalak ko siguro itong ano. Yan. Ilalak ko yung... Yan. Ay, hindi siya malalak. I can't lock this guy. Okay, so wala, hindi ko siya malak. So, burahin na lang natin. Yan, yung pala, ay, pwede palang burahin. Why did I forget about that? Yan. Pwede palang burahin. So, okay, so, diba? So, yung Q natin, since ang ating junction or energy ni junction P is hindi na mas mataas kay B na sa baba na, ano ibig sabihin? Yung reservoir A, nagdi-deliver siya ng tubig papuntang junction, ganun din si reservoir B. Meaning, ito ng equation mo, bago na. Yung discharge natin sa pipe 1 plus the discharge sa pipe 2, yun ang equal sa discharge sa pipe 3. Okay? So, both reservoir A and reservoir B is delivering water papuntang reservoir C. And also, magbabago na si head loss. So, si reservoir A papuntang junction, that is still head loss 1. And from reservoir B hanggang junction, ito naman si head loss 2. And yung head loss 3 is the same, okay? From the junction to the reservoir C. Pero, iba na yung magiging equation mo. Notice that this first equation won't be the same. So, tingnan mo to. Diba? 80 minus 50, which is 30. Ano na siya? Siya ay head loss 1 minus head loss 2. Bakit? Kasi yung 80 minus 50, ito lang yun. Okay? Ito lang yung 80 minus 50. Or simply put, head loss 1 minus head loss 2. Siya na si 80 minus 50. So, yun yung nagbago sa equation natin. However, yung panghuli, ito, yung 80 minus 10, yung panghuli equation, ito naman, ito yung walang nagbago. The same pa din. So, still, 80 minus 10, yung pa rin yung head loss 1 plus head loss 3. So, itong equation 1 natin and equation 2, sila yung nabago. So, i-adjust natin yan dito sa panghuli. Yan. So, adjust natin ha. So, yan. So, this should be Q1 plus Q2 is equal to Q3. Okay. So, meaning ito. Yan. this should just change as well. Yan. Okay? Magiging plus equal. Okay? And lastly, ito, mababago din, plus equals. Now, yung headless tree, walang nangyari. Walang nagbago. Okay? Headless tree is still 70 minus headless 1. Pero, itong pangalawa, saan yun? Ito. Ayan. Okay? Di ba minus na yan? Minus ito. Okay? So, meaning, hindi na siya 30 is equal to headless 1 plus headless 2. It should be 30 is equal to headless 1 minus headless 2. Or, diretso natin dito, headless 2 is equal to headless 1 minus 30. Kasi yung headless 2, ililipat natin sa left. And yung 30, ililipat natin sa right. Okay? So, magbabago. Magbabago yung equation natin. This will become, yan, headless 1 minus 30. Yan. So, at this point, okay na yan. Kapag nandito ka na, ulitin mo yung pag-shift solved. Okay? So, shift solve natin. Palitan lang natin yung mga nandiyan, pinalitan mo. So, it should be, magbabago na yung sagot. Okay? 30, 70 minus 6. And, so, shift solve. So, ang initial value mo dito, syempre, hindi pwedeng mas malaki ng 70. So, kahit 45, ay, lagay mo. Yan. Syempre, mas mataas sa 30, mas mababa sa 70. So, 45. Yun tayo, midway. Ayan, may lumabas. Okay? So, yung headless 1 is equal to 50.268 meters. Store mo yan. Although naka-store na sa X, sige, store mo na lang sa Y. Yan. So, with this, okay na sa head loss. And once nakuha mo na tong HL1, you will actually notice na kaya mo nang kunin yung flow in each pipe. Diba? Because we know that Q sub 1, okay? Q sub 1 is equal to A square root of HL1. Q sub 2 is equal to B square root of HL2, wherein yung HL sub 2, pinalitan mo ng HL minus 3. HL1 minus 3. 30 rather. And then panghuli, ganun din. Okay? C square root of 70 minus HL sub 1. So, with this, okay ka na. Dire-diretso na yan. Alpha A square root of 50. So, 0.41 or 4161 cubic meters per second. Dire-diretso na to. Minus 30. So, this should be 0. Yung pangalawa, Q sub 2. B head loss. And 0. Is it 0.3? Wait lang guys. 70 minus Y. Ayan. So, 0.3916 3196 cubic meters per second. And lastly, C 70 minus alpha Y. So, discharge naman sa pipe 3 is 0.8077 cubic meters per second. So, diba, sabay-sabay mo na makukuha yung discharge sa lahat ng pipes. So, ito na yung sagot. Okay? Ito na yun. So, ang diskarte mo talaga ulit, ganun pa rin. Hanapin mo si elevation ni junction. After mo makuha, or kahit hindi mo makuha, mag-assume ka lang kung nasaan, kunin mo yung equation mo ng discharge. So, nasaan ba yung sino ang nagde-deliver, sino ang nagre-receive, and then, ang equation ni head losses. Ulit-ulit, di ba? So, pag nakuha mo na yung head loss or si head loss, siya naman ay kukunin mo yung value niya in terms of the discharge Q. So, from there on, hanapin mo yung relationships ng ating mga discharge and head losses. Okay? You will find yourself eventually solving the unknown or yung pinapahanap sa problem. Okay? So, that's it. That's it, everyone. So, thank you so much for listening.